Hello everyone and welcome to Morning Coffee Break. Hope everybody's doing good today. Today's Saturday, July 24th. Had my infusion yesterday. I feel about like I expected to, just really tired. And I don't feel, my knee is not any worse. It hurts like it has been, but I was afraid that it would make it worse because a lot of times my legs will be sore for some reason. I don't know why, but they don't, they don't feel any really worse than my knee, than it has been. So I'm glad of that. But yeah, you just feel like you're beat up or something and really tired for a few days. The most it usually lasts is 3 days. But it's all for the good, that's what's kept me out of the hospital so much. I still had surgery though in February of 2020, or in the end of February and March, because where they did hernia surgery on me, it became abscessed, and then it affected part of my intestines. So they ended up cutting more of them out. But that's the last surgery I've had. I was having them every year, different surgeries. And he said that I was, basically running out of intestine to do this. So that's why I've got a bag now. They don't want to put me back together really. That would be very risky. And I might end up back back in for another operation, but that's a long story. Okay, let's see here. Currently it's 72, a little warmer than yesterday morning. High 90 today. I'm not looking forward to that. Chance of rain 50%. We really need a little more rain. I don't want to keep using tap water, and I didn't water yesterday. I spot watered a little bit with just the gallon jug over here. But I didn't water. I just, I hate to use tap water unless I really have to. If it starts affecting them and I see everything droopy, I'll probably have to water them today. But I'd much rather have rain. Okay, humidity is 79% right now. No wind, and air quality is still kind of high at 82. That's moderate, they say, but that's better than it was. So. I can get up. These plants have done so good. I wondered if I had pruned them back a little bit too much. I wished I'd have pruned this a little bit more. I think it would have been thicker, but it's looking healthy too. Maybe this other side needs to get some sun. Turn it that way. So these little ones will grow now. These others will come back around this way too. Well, you can't cover up Christmas cactus. We'll see how that does. And this thing, I cut it way back. I'm hoping it'll do a little better. What's that? Oh, that's part of that other one. I don't know. It used to be full. That one did. Okay. Are you ever going to have a little tomato? They'll probably get blossom end rot. Look, here's one of those spiders. It's not in it though. Looks like it's caught some stuff and brought it to the middle. It lines its kills up in a straight line, it looks like. Wow. There's another one. Are those little? I don't think those are little spiders. Hey, we got a pepper. Look. Yay. And there's some on this one. Look at that. Wow. That's gonna be one. I'm actually gonna have some peppers on these little ones, as little as they are. That's very surprising. Yeah, it's gonna be warm today. There's a black crim that's probably ready soon. You gotta feel them, because a lot of them, you wouldn't think they were ripe, especially like the Cherokee purples. You squeeze them, feel if they're, getting ripe, and pick them. Well, I'm not seeing anything else eaten quite yet. I wonder what that is. That might have been marks from when that other one was. That other one was eating way down here. I don't think something reached up and ate on this. I don't know what happened to it. I wish that real big one back there would start to turn. There's a couple big ones on the ground there. These are all nice ones right here too. These are pineapple. There's 1, 2, 3. I just see 3 on it. It really didn't put out many, but they are nice. So I won't grow it again. Didn't amount to anything. It was real good and it's pretty, but if it doesn't produce much, fruit, then I just won't grow it again. So far, the beefsteaks and the Cherokee purples, and these have actually, I've got like 60 some off these 2 Japanese blacks. So I don't know, they're already on the down side of growing. I mean, they're dying. So that's kind of early, but you figure, well, I got 60 some and there's still more on here. This vine here goes way down through there. For some reason, it went crazy. I don't know. I'd almost buy something like that again, just to have a abundance. And they're about the size of an average Roma tomato. So I'm gonna wait until everything's off of them. Like I said, this one's going so far through there, I'll just leave it alone. I think that's good that I got that one that wasn't producing right there, that beefsteak that was covered by green beans. I think it's giving them more light back in there now. And that one's pretty much hurting back there. It's leaning over, but it's still got some tomatoes on it that I need to check out later today. This little batch right here is looking pretty good. Maybe that repellent has helped some. I don't know. Oops. I'm trying to get a picture of these, but I'm not getting it to. Maybe the repellent's working. I put it, you can see it down here. Little granules down there. I hope you can see that. Look. Well, how did this one get dug up? Look at that. Something dug that up. I doubt that I can plant that now. The roots are... Huh. I wonder why it would do that. Just dig it up. Strange. Probably dug it up and then realized it didn't want it. It came from right there. Well, it's not been eaten on or anything. It's an onion, that's for sure. Smell like onion. I mean, I know they're onion, but that's what whatever it was, probably said, oh God, that won't stay up. I need to water my beans some more. I forgot to water them yesterday. Look, now that could have happened. These could have got uncovered when I watered it. Possible. Or something's dug them up. I hope it doesn't eat my beans. That one sprouted right there. trying to get all the way covered. Here's one too. Now that one's way over here. So I don't know what happened. Something's dug them up, I think. Got quite a few nice, we got 3 of them, I think, yesterday. Quite a few nice banana peppers. I probably need to get this cucumber and maybe that one. I guess I could have grown a little more. There's 2 of them. I don't know, unless something's really huge, I don't think I'm gonna get it. That one's still okay. There's a couple big ones over there, but I'm not for sure how many more is gonna grow on these. It's still got some. There's several over there that are pretty big. Is there any more Ghostbusters yet? It's looking healthier. I tell you, the eggplants are slow growing, but once they get there, they'll have a lot of them. Here's a nice one. These are my favorite, the Japanese. What is this one? I put a thing down here. This one is a shikao. That's my favorite, and these are shikaos too. That one's an ichiban over there. That's kind of a lanky one. You can see there's plenty. I got 2 of them and took them to the nurses yesterday too. And there's still plenty down here. Saw a bird out here in the bird bath yesterday. There's a zucchini. I can wait another day on it. Is there any that needs? I don't have any. There's one. I need this. Anybody in there? Get the pollen. Okay, where you at? Hi. That should work. Got that pollinated. Had another one growing here. There it is. I think I got that yesterday. I hope I did, or it'll shrivel up. If I haven't pollinated these, there'd probably be about half as many zucchinis. I mean, there's some bees in these, but not a whole lot for some reason. I filled those yesterday evening. It was pitiful. There was a bunch of birds out here, and it didn't look like there was anything except suet left, but it was about gone. I'm having a hard time catching my breath today. Some of these are on their way out, but there's new ones. These will all have a bunch of flowers on them. Here's a pretty little flower. There's a little one of those black bees on it. Some birds chasing each other. They don't like that peanut suet as much, but I've got a bunch of it. And I've got a bunch of the high energy. No, it wasn't high energy, I don't think. I think the other ones I got at Walmart, the only thing they had left was the peanut one too, I think. Throw this away. So I dropped one. Oh, I should have thrown that in my compost. Oh, gotta get in the habit of that. I didn't pick any tomatoes. They're out there. But we got all we need. I'll tell you what, those nurses were tickled to death. I had a bag. I had to triple bag it. It was so heavy. Probably weighed at least 20 pounds. And took it to them up there, to my 2 nurses that take care of me up there on my infusion. The other one, the first one that I told about, I was telling the other one about it, and the other one grabbed the bag and said, "No, he said this is for me," and started walking off with it. So they were really happy. And one of them had a little garden, the one you see in the picture, the thumbnail with me, and she has a little garden, and she's having some trouble with her tomatoes. She's got a raised bed and some in containers. Well, she said she's having problems with them rotting on the bottom, and I said, "Well, is it the ones in the containers?" And she said, "Yes." I said, "Well, that's blossom end rot. Typical for containers." I'll be surprised if the tomatoes that come out on that one, if any do, won't get it. I just told her really the best thing to do is to have your tomatoes in the ground. You know, you'd have to have super drainage in whatever container they're in, and that doesn't usually happen. You have to have real good drainage in them to keep it from happening, I would say. You know, I take care of all my plants, but I still got that on my tomatoes that I've had in pots. Especially last year, I showed everyone. You can see last year's garden in my playlist. Just, you know, look for anything that says garden, like Garden Update 2020 or Garden Updates, things. You can see what last year's was like. It was successful too, but I've done really good this year. I've been blessed with a good garden. I've not put anything away yet. I've not frozen anything, but I've been giving it to everybody. I figure I've given away probably 120 pounds now by the weight of the bags that I've been giving away. I don't always show every harvest. You know, I have to do a harvest video. I have to get my big tripod and bring it out there and set it up and different things, and make sure that the angle's right and stuff. But if I just, like, you know, the spur of the moment, go out there like yesterday and harvest a bunch of stuff for the nurses, I guess I could have, but I don't think I had time because we had to go. I went out there right before we went. No, I went out earlier than that because I wanted to make sure I didn't forget them. And my stool that I have everything on here, I put the vegetables on it and pushed it up against the car door. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've, well, even both of us try to remember, but I can't tell you how many times we've just left the bag, or I've left the bags on the table there and then go wherever it was. And then when we get there, we're like, "Oh, I didn't get the bag." So I may not have anything much for them next time or anything. I don't know, 2 more months. It might be like the transition to the fall garden and the, you know, dying out of everything else. Let's see. Whew. Yeah, it's stuffy, humid. Let's see here. A little. glasses. Let's see. The thumbnail I made, we got some chicken tenders at Aldi, and I don't think I did a haul on that one because it wasn't really that much. We got some chicken tenders, and I breaded them. I used some of that Ritz breading, Ritz crackers crushed up breading. This one has everything flavor, the everything seasoning, and the last one I used of it was garlic butter. I think I like the garlic butter a little better. But anyway, I added my own seasonings, and I added some panko breadcrumbs for more crunch. And I fixed breaded chicken tenders. And we had the potato salad. We got some potato salad from Aldi, and I fixed some homemade slaw. I had to get some new slaw mix over at Aldi too. I made slaw. It was delicious. Everything was really good. Of course, tomatoes from the garden. Have to have them about every meal. We got so many. Okay. I need questions for Ask My Tablet. I need 11 more. And then we'll be able to do one of those. And today's question, I'm hearing a lot about this new strain now. The hospital, I'm surprised they even had it over there because they got more cases of it, of the COVID. And I don't know if that's what they're calling this new one or not, but we saw something about hospital beds are getting hard to find again. They're getting full. See, they were having it across the street. That's why they messed me up last time and didn't tell me, and then I had to get Joy to come back and get me to take me to the hospital. But they were having them over there when COVID was bad to keep you out of the hospital. Why have people that are anemic and have compromised immune systems over there getting infusions when the hospital's full of people with COVID? So maybe they'll change it back if it gets worse. I'm sure they will. But the question is then, do you think the new strain of COVID-19 will get as bad as it did? That would be awful. And they're saying that, I think they're saying like you'd have to get a booster shot again. But there's obviously lots of people getting it, and they have already had the vaccine, fully vaccinated, and they're still getting it. There's some in our prayer list right now. Their whole family has it now, and 3 of them, the 3 adults, all were fully vaccinated and got it. Now the kids, the grandchildren, and the other one's kids, have it. But even my mom was fully vaccinated and got it. Thank God hers wasn't as bad. When she had it, it wasn't as bad as it could have been. It could have killed her, but she thought she was okay to go do things, hugging my sister and stuff like that. And then my sister had it, and that's how Mom got it. So, they didn't mean to, of course. They thought that everything was fine, So anyway, let's do Ask My Tablet. No, not Ask My Tablet. I was talking about Ask My Tablet. Let's do today's tidbits. How's that? I don't have enough for Ask My Tablet yet. Okay, moon-forming disk found around Jupiter like exoplanet. Researchers at the University of Grenoble, France, have found a circumplanetary disk around a Jupiter-like planet outside of our solar system. The disk, where moons would actively be forming, was discovered around the exoplanet PDS-70c. The findings can reveal details about the planet formation and how the moon formed in young star systems. What is a mesocyclone? A mesocyclone is a vortex of air approximately 2 to 10 miles in diameter within thunderstorms. Here, air rises and rotates around a vertical axis, usually in the same direction as low-pressure systems. Mesocyclones often occur together with updrafts and supercells where tornadoes form. Grand Canyon visitors suffer lightning attack. Multiple visitors at Grand Canyon National Park, Arizona suffered lightning hits during a storm on Wednesday. A 30-year-old man and a 28-year-old woman remained unresponsive but regained consciousness later. A few others also visited hospitals with lightning splash injuries. The emergency crews could not transport the victims by air due to storms. A road that doesn't tolerate any mistakes. The Guolang Tunnel is located at an elevation of 1,700 meters in the Taiyang Mountains, China. 13 villagers built the 0.75-mile-long, 5-meter-tall, and 4-meter-wide tunnel. Even a minor driving mistake can endanger life, and hence it has been dubbed as a road that does not tolerate any mistakes. Surreal fairy chimneys of Cappadocia. In Cappadocia, Turkey, there is a surreal landscape of carved out towering rock formations. The entire city was covered with hardened volcanic ash millions of years ago, eroded due to natural elements, and formed these magical formations. Some fairy chimneys stretch as far as 130 feet into the sky. Search for capsized migrants continues in Greece. Search and rescue operation is on around the southern island of Crete for several missing migrants. A boat carrying dozens of migrants sank due to high winds on Thursday. A total of 37 people were rescued late Thursday, including one child and one woman, with some pulled from the sea and others from the sinking sailboat. The different types of weather fronts. Weather fronts are transition zones between two different air masses. There are 4 types. Warm fronts form when warm air replaces cool air, while cold fronts form when cool air replaces warmer air. A stationary front does not move, and an occluded front is formed when cold fronts overtake a warm front. A typhoon may hit Tokyo during 2021 Olympics. A typhoon is expected to hit Tokyo and disrupt the 2021 Tokyo Olympics Games early next week. The storm that is likely to strike during the Olympics has not even formed yet, making it more difficult to predict and track. The Western Pacific is the most active basin in the world for typhoons. Men contribute more to climate change than women. Single men on average produce 16% more greenhouse emissions than women, reveals a study by Swedish researchers. They purchase goods with higher carbon footprints such as meat, tobacco, alcohol, and fuel for vehicles. Meanwhile, single women tend to spend more money on low-emitting products like healthcare, furniture, and clothing. And lastly, couple charged with 30 crimes for El Dorado wildfire. The couple responsible for starting the massive El Dorado fire in California last year has been charged with involuntary manslaughter and 29 other crimes. The fire was started by a smoke-generating pyrotechnic device to indicate the gender of their unborn child. It burned more than 22,000 acres, killed a firefighter, and cost nearly $40 million. Isn't that crazy? All right, everybody, that's it for today's Tidbits, and that's it for Morning Coffee Break. I hope you enjoyed it. Please press that like button. I really would like that. That would really help. Subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so that you get all my videos as soon as they come out. Everybody have a great day, and I will see everybody later on. God bless.